Not many people get the chance to meet their heroes. Fortunately for me, one of mine just happens to be my papa.
Hi, my name is Randall Currie, and I am a retired Houston firefighter. I worked for the city of Houston for 35 years. I was the rank of engineer operator. I drove the fire trucks and supplied the water to the firefighters. And I also drove the ladder truck for 5 years, which we used the jaws of life, fans to remove the smoke from the buildings, and set up lights for the firefighters so they could see if we made a call at night.
When I asked him to tell me the story about the time he was featured in a newspaper article after one of their runs, his answer was not what was expected.
We were called to a apartment fire, a multiple story apartment fire. And on arrival, we had heavy smoke coming out of the second story. So a officer and myself took a line to the second floor and made entrance into the apartment. And we had heavy fire. And so we started to extinguish the fire as best as we could. But at the moment that we really got into the area we needed to be into, well, they had what was known as a snorkel. It was a telescopic arm with a bucket on the end of it that people stand in, and they operate the nozzle off of it. Well, they raised it up and stuck it close to the window where the room we were in, and they turned it on. And it started blowing ceiling all down and got trash in our eyes. We didn't have air packs at the time, so it was the smoke got intolerable. So we had to abandon the building. And as we went down, I had a hard time seeing because I had so much trash in my eyes. So I seen a leak in the water hose or the fire hose down at the couplings where they connect together. So I took my helmet off and bowed down and was washing my face. And there was a news reporter there in the close vicinity, and they took my picture and they titled it, "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes." That's how that happened.
I asked him what his time spent as a firefighter has meant to him, and he had this to say.
It makes you a better person. You deal with the public all the time, and you have to know how to calm people down and do crowd control so that you can get your job done without interference from them.
For my final question, I asked him what type of legacy he believes he's left behind, and his answer was near and dear to the heart, as well as the heart of this project.
I was in 35 years, and my son seen the lifestyle that I lived, the work that we did, and it was something that he looked up to me for, and he decided that that's what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a fireman, or we call it firefighters. Firemen stoke boilers, firefighters fight fires. So we always have to remember that. But he did get through the academy and become a firefighter. That was his classification, and he also was an EMT. And he worked for 5 years, and he really enjoyed it. And I was very proud of him. And I also have a grandson, his son, who loves firefighting and the aspects of it. And he worked for the Minnesota volunteer firefighters for a couple of years. After that, he ended up in the military. So he still wants to go back and do the volunteer firefighting again. So it's a family legacy that you know, we've all enjoyed, we've all learned, and we can use it in our lives now from all the experiences that we had.
A family legacy indeed. This has been Cassidy Sorensen with the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Texas State University.